it seems pretty obvious to me, intentionally scratches Caitlin's eye with her long fingernails. She denies it was intentional, but watch, there it is. Because they were homophobic, racists. That's why the other girls resent Caitlin getting attention, because she's not black.
The WNBA is in full-blown panic mode, and it's all because of one player. Caitlin Clark's dominating the game, but she's also exposing some ugly truths about the league that no one wants to talk about. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. You know what's crazier? It's not just about basketball anymore. We're seeing race, privilege, and fairness all collide on the court. And trust me, the fallout is going to change women's basketball forever. You know what's crazy? Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball, she's changing the whole game. This rookie is shaking up the WNBA like nobody's business. Let's talk about those ratings. They're through the roof. We're seeing numbers the WNBA hasn't seen in years. Clark's games are pulling in viewers left and right. It's like everyone wants a piece of the action. But here's where it gets interesting. Not everyone's happy about all this attention. Imagine being a WNBA veteran, and suddenly this rookie comes in and steals the spotlight. That's gotta sting, right? Some players are feeling left out. They're wondering, hey, what about us? We've been here grinding for years. It's like Clark just walked in and took over the party. And you won't believe this, some people are saying race has something to do with it.
Been in the WNBA for 2 minutes. There's no reason to hate her other than the amount of attention she's getting and her skin color.
Yeah, you heard that right. There's whispers going around that Clark's getting special treatment because she's white. It's a touchy subject, but it's got everyone talking. Some players are feeling like their accomplishments are being overshadowed, and they're not happy about it. So here's the million-dollar question. Is Caitlin Clark really facing racial abuse in the WNBA? It's complicated. On one side, you've got people saying she's just that good and deserves the attention. On the other, there's talk about unfair advantages and racial bias. It's like a powder keg ready to explode.
Because they were homophobic, racists. That's why the other girls resent Caitlin getting attention, because she's not black.
Clark's out there breaking records left and right, but it's not all smooth sailing. Some veteran players are giving her the cold shoulder. You can feel the tension on the court. It's like they're trying to prove a point every time they face off against her. But hold on, we're just getting started. This drama's about to get even crazier. You think the tension's high now? Just wait till we dive into what's happening on the court. It's not just about the game anymore. It's personal, it's political, and it's changing the face of women's basketball. The WNBA's never seen anything like this before. And trust me, it's only going to get wilder from here. Remember when basketball was just about putting the ball through the hoop? Well, forget everything you thought you knew about the WNBA. What's going down on the court these days is more like a battlefield than a basketball game. And Caitlin Clark? She's smack in the middle of it all. Let's talk about what's really happening out there. It's not just basketball anymore, folks. Clark's getting knocked around like a pinball, and it's getting ugly.
Caitlin Clark get abused and taken out. I mean, even during timeouts, people are intentionally walking into her, bumping into her.
You've seen those viral clips, right? Elbows flying, players accidentally tripping her. And don't even get me started on those unintentional collisions. It's like everyone's got it out for her. Here's something wild. During a game against the Connecticut Sun, Clark ended up with a black eye. You know how? Dajanai Carrington supposedly scratched her eye with her fingernails. And get this, no foul was called.
She had all the telltale signs of lying. If you asked me, did you hit her intentionally? I'd say no. Nope, I didn't. She went right into convincing behavior. Hold on. So she goes for the ball, and then look, she points her hand down after the play, after the ball is past this player from the Sun.
Carrington later said she didn't even know she hit Clark. Yeah, right. But that's not even the craziest part. You know what's insane? The refs are just letting it all happen.
It seems pretty obvious to me, intentionally scratches Caitlin's eye with her long fingernails. She denies it was intentional, but watch, there it is.
It's like they forgot how to blow their whistles or something. Clark's out there getting battered, and they're acting like it's just another day at the office. Now, you might be thinking, come on, it's just tough basketball. But trust me, this is different. We're talking about deliberate collisions here. Like that time Chicago Sky guard Chennedy Carter straight up shoulder checked Clark during a game. That was so bad they had to call it a flagrant foul.
Since she's joined the league as a rookie, she's been abused. She's been abused over and over again by these other players.
So why are some WNBA players so angry at Caitlin Clark? It's like they feel threatened by her or something. Experts are saying the physicality in the WNBA has gone through the roof this season.
And it's resulted in physical alterations on the court that don't get called as fouls, that the girls then deny were intentional.
And they're pointing fingers at Clark's rising popularity as the reason. It's like some players are trying to prove a point every time they face off against her. You know what's even crazier? The WNBA Players Association had to step in. They're not happy about people saying Clark's injuries are her own fault. They're telling everyone to cool it with those stories and focus on making the game safer for players like Clark. But here's the kicker. Through all this chaos, Clark's still out there dominating. Can you believe it? She's getting knocked around, scratched up, and pushed around. But she's not backing down. Talk about mental toughness. It's like she's saying, you want to play rough? Fine, I'll still beat you at your own game.
And Caitlin Clark always takes the high road. She never, points the finger, but it happened again.
That's the kind of player that changes the whole sport, folks. All right, let's wrap this up. You know what's wild? Caitlin Clark isn't just shaking up the game. She's exposing some deep, dark issues in the WNBA. This isn't about one superstar rookie anymore. It's about the whole future of women's basketball. Think about it. The league's never seen anything like this before. Clark's popularity is off the charts, but so is the drama surrounding her. The physicality, the tension, the whispers about racial bias.
She's getting a lot of hate from people like that. Of course, Jamel Hill has weighed in. Like a lot of people taking shots at her.
It's all coming to a head. So what happens next? That's the million-dollar question. Experts are saying the WNBA might need to change its rules, maybe even rethink how they promote players. One thing's for sure, the league will never be the same after this. Clark's not just changing the game on the court, she's forcing the WNBA to take a hard look at itself. And trust me, that's gonna lead to some big changes.